"O my queen," said the royal sorcerer to Hatshepsut, "with this amulet, you and your descendants are endowed by the goddess Isis with the powers of the animals and the elements. You will soar as the falcon soars, run with the speed of gazelles, and command the elements of sky and earth." 3,000 years later, a young science teacher dug up this lost treasure and found she was heir to the secrets of Isis. And so, unknown to even her closest friends, Rick Mason and Rennie Carroll, she became a dual person. Andrea Thomas, teacher.
Almighty Isis.
And Isis, dedicated foe of evil, defender of the weak, champion of truth and justice.
The school I came from sure wasn't this big.
Well, as big as this is, I think you'll find we try to take a personal interest in each of our students.
What happened at my old school, Dr. Barnes, I sure appreciate you not holding it against me.
As far as we're concerned, you're starting with a clean slate. But what you do with it from now on is up to you. Oh, excuse me just a moment, Rudy. I want to have a word with one of our teachers. As I was saying, Rudy, life is really a matter of taking advantage of every opportunity.
Oh, I'll go along with that, Dr. Barnes.
It's called a desalinization unit. What it does is get rid of salt. After the next experiment, we'll show you how it works.
Andrea, class, hope we're not interrupting.
Come in, Dr. Barnes.
Andrea, this is Rudy Horton. He's just transferred to our school. Rudy, Miss Thomas.
Welcome, Rudy. Happy to have you.
Thank you.
Now, Rudy, if you'll just take a seat, I have an announcement.
The contest.
The all-state results have just been announced. The awards will be presented tomorrow, and the winning school will send a delegation to Fairmount. It promises to be quite an occasion for the winner.
And who is the winner, Dr. Barnes?
Oh, my goodness, didn't I say? The winner, and a boy that has brought honor to himself and to our school, Stanley Crane. Stanley, we're all very proud of you, and in fact, all the rest of you that entered the contest. Well, now, on with your work, and thank you all.
Thank you, Dr. Barnes.
Andrea?
Well, now, we have just a few minutes left. Why don't we have the contest winner come up and tell us about his prize-winning entry? Stanley?
Well, my entry was on the way men can survive at sea. Many sailors owe their lives to this device, the life raft. By pulling this release, the raft is inflated and is big enough to hold 4 men.
Careful, Stanley. This room is a little smaller than the Pacific Ocean.
Oh, I wasn't going to open it in here. Now then, what happens is that when this is pulled, a cartridge of CO2...
All right, that's all. Thank you, class. See you all tomorrow. Rudy, I'll walk out with you.
I certainly enjoyed your class, Miss Thomas.
Thank you, Rudy. Of course, it isn't always that entertaining. Now then, about that gum. You know that practical jokes can lead to people getting hurt.
It was only a little joke, but it did get a big laugh.
Making people laugh doesn't mean you're making friends. People like somebody they can respect.
You mean like Stanley?
No, I mean like Rudy.
Andrea?
Rudy, Mr. Mason. Rudy Horton, new student.
Rudy, good to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Mr. Mason.
Look, Dr. Barnes thought it would be a good idea if you get your class together and we take them to the awards.
Oh, wonderful.
Good. Now, I'm going to go and get a bus, but what I need from you is a list of your students.
I'll go back to my classes then.
Oh, I'll be glad to run back, Miss Thomas.
Thank you, Rudy.
Seems like a nice boy.
He is. Too bad he doesn't know it.
C-A-2?
CO2.
Ah,
I don't get it. You're a straight A student, right?
right.
Well, I've asked you 4 questions and you haven't answered any of them.
Oh, I knew the answers.
Then why didn't you tell me?
I thought that guys like to feel smarter than girls. Watch it. I know karate. oh my gosh. I promised Miss Thomas I'd feed Tut. See you later. Okay, Tut, soup's on. What'll it be today? One number 4 coming right up.
Sounds good. Afterwards, let's stop for chow mein, my treat.
Oh, it's a deal.
Here you are, Miss Thomas. Sorry it took so long.
Thank you, Rudy.
Welcome, Miss Thomas. Bye. Bye, Mr. Mason.
See you, Rudy.
Almighty Isis.
Please, somebody, help me!
Come on, help me get a fire hose.
Rudy, you stay where you are. I'll get back.
Rennie, are you all right?
I think so, but thank heavens you're here. These fumes are...
Okay, stand back, Rennie. O powers over smoke and fume, direct thy winds and clear this room. O time turn back and thus restore these broken beakers on the floor. Rick, take care of that. All right, Rennie, what happened here?
I don't know. I was feeding Tut, and then the life raft started to open, and it knocked those things over, and then kapooey.
I sure never heard of one of those opening by itself.
Neither have I, Rick. Neither have I.
Miss Thomas? Mr. Mason? You sent for me? Something wrong?
I hope not. Did you hear about the excitement we had?
The whole school's talking about it.
You were up there, Rudy, just before it happened.
Oh, sure. Stanley's raft blows up, and right away, it's my fault. It's a good thing I wasn't around when the Titanic sank.
Nobody's accusing you. But if there's something you'd like to say...
Look, it was only a joke.
It was no joke, Rudy. It could have been a tragedy.
We'll have to talk to Dr. Barnes about it when he gets back.
And I don't think you should be allowed to go on the field trip with us.
I don't think anybody will miss me.
I'll miss you.
Mark, Debbie, Stanley, ready? Take this for me. Sure. Here you go.
All set, Rick?
Except for one thing.
Now, if you two ladies will get on board, I'll give you the scenic route.
Rick, Rennie and I are going in my car.
Hey, I'm an expert driver.
Nothing personal. I have some work to do. We'll follow in about a half hour. Come on, Ren.
Women.
Rennie, if you'll help me with these papers, we'll be out of here in no time.
Sure.
Hello, Tut.
Miss Thomas, you know, rumor has it that Rudy was involved with what happened. True?
I suggest that we forget about rumor and get back to work.
I get the message.
Okay, everybody out, and let's make this a quick lunch.
Oh, that's enough for work. Let's have some fun.
Oh, wait. Why don't we take my car? I'll drive and you enjoy the scenery.
Thank you. It's a deal.
Round A wire to manual.
Stay away from the bus. You hear me? Stay back, stay away. I'm gonna call the fire department.
What's happening?
Beats me. The engine just went crazy. Better not get too close.
Well, why don't you fix it?
I don't know what's wrong.
Oh, I thought you were the class genius.
Hey, I wouldn't go near there if I was you.
But you're not me.
Mr. Rick Mason, yes. I'm at Kimmel's Cafe. I have a school bus that's on fire.
That'll do it. Start it up.
Not me. We better wait for Mr. Mason.
Okay. I'll do it myself. Well, there's more than one way to start this thing.
I'll get Mr. Mason.
Ready? Get out of the car. Here. Hurry up. I'm going down there.
Almighty Isis.
You all right?
Just twisted my leg a little. How do we get out of here?
I don't know. I think it's that way, but I'm not sure with all this smoke. It's ISIS.
That way, you two. A wind put right this wayward joke, and foreman stares this acrid smoke. Rudy, are you all right?
Yes, thanks to ISIS. She was just here. ISIS? Andrea, did you see it? She formed a stairway of smoke.
Stairway of smoke.
She did. I mean, it's right down here. Look. Well, it was there. Be careful, Andrea. Isis isn't here now.
Yes, Rick, but fortunately you are. I just left Dr. Barnes. He's with Rudy and his parents now.
How's Rudy?
A very changed boy. His father wanted to pay for the damage, but Rudy said it was his responsibility.
Sounds as if he finally gotten the message.
By the way, are we still going to the game tonight?
You bet. I have the tickets right here. Wait a minute.
Remember? You gave them to me. What do we have here?
Andrea, don't open that.
My goodness, why not?
You wouldn't believe it.
"O my queen," said the royal sorcerer to Hatshepsut, "with this amulet, you and your descendants are endowed by the goddess Isis with the powers of the animals and the elements. You will soar as the falcon soars, run with the speed of gazelles, and command the elements of sky and earth." 3,000 years later, a young science teacher dug up this lost treasure and found she was heir to the secrets of Isis. And so, unknown to even her closest friends, Rick Mason and Rennie Carroll, she became a dual person. Andrea Thomas, teacher,
Almighty Isis.
and Isis, dedicated foe of evil, defender of the weak, champion of truth and justice.
I really won't be around when you try to fly that kite.
I can fly it. What I want to do is see you eating with those.
I think it's like this. You put one stick there, and then you put the other one in.
There's nothing to it.
Oh? When did you become the chopstick expert?
Among other things, it takes a little practice. You start with soup and work your way up to jelly.
Look, there's Julie. Julie! Julie Chan!
Hello, Julie.
Hi, Miss Thomas. Mr. Mason.
Hi.
What brings you here?
Doing some shopping and sort of celebrating the Chinese New Year.
Yeah, the year of the rabbit.
Oh, it's the year of the dragon, isn't it?
Well, how should I know?
Well, because
Because I'm Chinese? I don't know.
So, all right.
I didn't mean any offense, Julie. Are you coming home?
Oh, I don't live here. My father's store is over there.
Oh, that's right. You told me that your father owned...
He's still in the import business.
But you told me that your...
I've always been intrigued by Oriental art.
No. Whenever you start browsing, it takes too long and it's getting late.
All right, some other time. I'd love to see it. Sure.
See you tomorrow, Julie.
It's a big day, the awards. How can I forget? Okay, see you later.
Bye-bye.
Julie, what's going on? Your father isn't an importer.
Please, Rennie, don't tell anyone.
Well, why not?
If you're my friend, you'll keep quiet about it.
See you in school. Hi, Dad. What's the matter?
You know, I worry when you are late.
Couldn't help it. I had to work on my chemistry project.
The award. How is it going?
It's finished. And I think I have a pretty good chance to win.
Even if you do not win, somehow we will find a way for you to go on studying.
You know what? I love you. Come on, I'll help you set up the tables.
For tomorrow, using equations, explain why the litmus paper turned blue. You may work in groups of 2 if you wish.
Here's the word. Just picked it up in Dr. Barnes' office. The results are in this envelope.
Now, the winners are Dave Parker and Julie Tim. You both deserve it.
You know, this is too important to drop here. Let's keep the certificates and present them at assembly.
It's a wonderful idea, and I think that your parents should be invited. Okay, class, that's all. Thank you.
That's great. My dad's been looking for an excuse to look over the lab.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
What about your father, Julie?
I don't think he can make it.
Well, that's too bad.
He travels a lot, you know. I don't see much of him myself.
We'll check with him. I'm sure he'd want to be here. Wait, I'll walk you out.
I'll meet you outside.
That kite's a beauty, Mr. Mason.
I bought it in Chinatown.
All right, how soon will it be ready to fly?
Patience. I could use a little assistance.
Oh, okay. Now, I think this part goes here. No, wait.
No,
That's
it
almost
goes
there.
over here.
Oh, okay.
Here.
Try. No, that's not it.
Okay, you
Don't do
guys,
that.
let the experts do it. Here, Julie.
Because the Chinese invented kites, it automatically makes me an expert?
Oh, no. I only meant we were the experts. You know, the winners. Julie? Hey, what's wrong with you?
Oh, I get so tired of it. Why do people assume I know everything from Charlie Chan movies to chop suey?
Hey, don't. It's just your imagination. Hey, forget it. Let's get something to eat. Okay?
I'll drop my books off at home. I'll meet you.
Meet me. I'll walk you home. Come on.
Well, no, Dave.
What do you mean, no? It's no problem. Come on.
Look, thanks anyway. It just wouldn't work out. I really gotta go.
Julie! Hey, Julie! Disappeared. I hope she didn't go in there.
All right, you take a look over there. I'll check around here.
Okay.
Oh, mighty Isis. And gears. Now heed my plea. Stop your motion. Set Julie free. Oh, gentle wind, use your charm and hold this girl to keep from harm.
Are you all right? Just a little scared. Thanks, Isis. What are you doing here? I know I shouldn't have come here, but someone was chasing me.
Well, that was me. I was trying to return these. You dropped them.
I didn't know. Are you sure you're okay? I'm fine. Really.
Hey, Miss Thomas is out there looking for you. She'll give you a ride home.
I don't want a ride home. Why don't you leave me alone? Hi, Dad.
Julie,
We're out of tea at home. Got a little extra?
right there.
Which one?
If only you had gone to Chinese school.
I know. I could tell tea from ginger root. But then I wouldn't have as much time to do the things I'm really interested in.
Like chemistry. You did not tell me you win.
I was getting around to it.
You are not pleased?
I am. About the award. The ceremony doesn't mean anything.
Julie! Julie, what about the invitation?
Forget about it. It's going to be a dull, boring waste of time. And I don't want to put you through that hassle. I wouldn't go myself if I didn't have to.
Hello, Julie.
Oh, hi.
Your friend?
Yes. This is my father, Rennie.
Hello, Rennie.
So glad to meet you, Mr. Chen. Oh, I see you got the invitation. I hope you'll come.
I am very proud of Julie, and I am honored.
Good. I'll tell Miss Thomas.
Thank you. Excuse me.
I know I should explain.
Right. You lied to Miss Thomas and Mr. Mason. Now when your father comes to school, you'll have to...
He's not coming to school.
But he just said...
My father's different. He has old customs, old ways. You know how people are. They won't understand.
I think they will.
I can't take that chance. I love my father. I don't want to put him in any situation where he'd be laughed at.
Julie, you're wrong.
My father is not coming to school. I'll say that the awards were canceled. So don't say anything. Please, Rennie.
You forgot your tea.
I didn't know.
It is I who did not know, my daughter.
You don't understand.
Perhaps it is you who do not understand. But I am proud of you.
Julie. Don't you think this has gone far enough?
It's my problem.
Look, you're getting in deeper and deeper. I know you won't like this, but I phoned your father.
You what? I thought you were my friend.
I am, Julie. And it's the duty of a friend to do what's right. So I asked your father to come to the awards.
You had no right. What did he say?
He said he'd love to come. But not until you ask him. Please, Julie, ask him.
I wish I could. But I can't. He'd be out of place. His language, the way he dresses. I can't, Rennie.
Don't you think you're selling your father short? And your friends, too? The way a person speaks or the way he dresses, those aren't the important things. The way a person is, that's all that's important.
I can't help it. It's the way I feel. Just leave me alone, Rennie. I have to think things over. I wish I'd never won that dumb award.
Julie!
Hello, Chem Lab, Miss Thomas.
Oh, Miss Thomas, I am sorry to bother you. It is Julie. I have not heard from her since this morning. She promised she would come home early to help me.
She hasn't been in school this afternoon. Excuse me, Mr. Chen. Rennie, do you know where Julie is?
May I speak with Mr. Chen? Mr. Chen, this is Rennie. I told Julie that you and I had talked, and she was very upset. Said she wanted to go and think things over.
Thank you, Rennie. But do not blame yourself. You are a good friend to Julie.
But where could she be? I see. Well, I hope she comes home soon. Goodbye, Mr. Chen. Julie said she wanted to go and think things over. Mr. Chen said that when she was a little girl, she used to go to Hidden Meadows whenever she had a problem. He was going there to look for her.
Rennie, you go on home. I'm sure all this will work out.
I sure hope so. See ya.
Mighty Isis.
Julie! Are you here?
Daddy! Help me! Daddy! Daddy! Help me!
Stay calm, Julie.
Help me, Daddy!
Julie, listen carefully. I am going to slide past you. When I stop, I want you to put your feet on my shoulders.
No, Daddy, you'll fall.
Julie, do as I say.
Careful, Daddy.
Now, Julie.
I can't do it, Daddy. A little more.
I'm all right, Julie. Get help. Hurry.
Isis, thank heavens, my father, he's in the well. Please hurry, please.
O broken ladder with rungs too few, restore thyself as good as new.
Thank you, Isis.
I thank you too, Isis. A very amazing rescue.
I'm glad I could be of help. I must go now.
Isis, before you go, may I introduce you to my father, Mr. Chen.
Mr. Chen, my pleasure. How nice it is to hear a daughter speak with such pride of her father.
Let's go home, Father.
Julie, that was a lovely speech you made at the awards.
I was very proud.
I was the one who was proud.
That looks delicious.
It's called mogu gai pin. It's made of mushrooms, bamboo shoots, snow peas, and chicken.
It is a traditional Chinese dish.
You know, we Chinese are not only proud of our kites and firecrackers, but also of our good cooking.
Hear, hear.
This is delicious.
Best thing I ever tasted.
Mr. Mason, perhaps you prefer a fork?
No, not at all.
Ancient Chinese proverb, 若果你客氣耐得滯呢，你就冇飯食.
Which means?
Men who try to save face too long wind up with empty stomach.
"O my queen," said the royal sorcerer to Hatshepsut, "with this amulet, you and your descendants are endowed by the goddess Isis with the powers of the animals and the elements. You will soar as the falcon soars, run with the speed of gazelles, and command the elements of sky and earth." 3,000 years later, a young science teacher dug up this lost treasure and found she was heir to the secrets of Isis. And so, unknown to even her closest friends, Rick Mason and Rennie Carroll, she became a dual person. Andrea Thomas, teacher.
Almighty Isis.
And Isis, dedicated foe of evil, defender of the weak, champion of truth and justice.
You're leaving early today, Mr. Mason.
Forgot my ID card, but I guess you know me.
I guess I do, Mr. Mason. See you tomorrow.
Start the music, dim the lights, make sure everything's just right, 'cause we're going to that magic wonderland. Now you see it, now you don't. Some people believe and some just won't, 'cause there's magic, ooh, wherever you are. You gotta believe, you know there's magic in the air. You gotta believe, you know there's magic everywhere. You gotta believe in the power that it brings. You gotta believe that you can do most anything. I could never understand how the eye could miss your hand. Then you'd better watch as closely as you can. Now you see it, now you don't. Some people believe and some they won't, 'cause there's magic, ooh, wherever you are. You gotta believe.
You gotta believe.
You know there's magic in the air. You gotta believe. You know there's magic everywhere. You gotta believe in the power that it brings. You gotta believe. You gotta do most anything. You gotta believe.
You gotta believe.
You know there's magic in the air. You gotta believe.
You gotta believe.
There's magic everywhere. You gotta believe.
You gotta believe
in the power that it brings. You gotta believe you can do most anything. And now, ladies and gentlemen, good night. Very good, very good.
Ranch, how did you do that?
Well, CJ, a magician never reveals his secrets.
Rick Mason?
Yes.
Federal agents. I have a warrant for your arrest.
Warrant for my arrest?
Theft of government property.
What?
Yes, a top-secret weather-making device.
Operation Weathermaker?
Now, look, Mr. Mason, you have a right to remain silent.
I know my rights, but you have to...
Officer, I'm sure there must be a mistake here.
No, there's no mistake, ma'am. He's been identified by a guard down at the research center, and his car.
Oh, wait a minute. My car was stolen early this morning.
Funny. It's parked outside right now. Let's go.
Now... See you guys later. Good shot. Hey. Wait a minute. What are you guys doing down here? I thought,
Trouble, Feather.
What?
Mr. Mason's been arrested.
What?
He was working on a secret government project, a machine that can make any kind of weather.
And now it's missing.
And you think Mr. Mason ripped it off?
That's right.
Oh, come on. He couldn't steal second base without feeling guilty.
We know that, but they don't, and Mr. Mason's in jail. We want to help him.
The problem is, where do we start?
That's why we came to the expert.
Well, I tell you what you do. You go to the scene of the crime, look for clues, leads, any kind of concrete evidence you can come up with.
Feather, come on, man. Look, how are we going to get inside a government research center?
Well, you got a magician there.
I can come up with something.
Good. Ready? You stay with Miss Thomas, see what you can find out. Well, get going.
Thanks, Feather.
Hey. Listen, Mr. Mason was always there when I needed him. You mind if I come along?
All right. All right.
May I help you?
Yes, do you give tours here?
Sorry, this place is off limits to the public. We have a lot of secret government projects here. You can understand that.
Mr. Gunderson! Mr. Gunderson! Can you help me a moment? Over here. I'm stuck behind the car.
Sure thing. Maybe you boys better run along.
I'm sure it's a lucky thing that that woman happened to come along, huh?
It certainly was.
I've been looking for you. Anything new with Mr. Mason?
Yes, he'll be released on bail tomorrow.
Oh, wow, that's terrific.
I'm going by the research center now to pick up his books.
The research center?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think you ought to go now. I mean, maybe you could go later, huh?
Rennie, you're acting strange. Is something wrong?
No, ma'am.
All right, then. I'll see you later. I have a feeling Rennie's up to something. I think Isis better go to the research center.
How'd you get in? Sorry, we magicians never reveal our secrets. Come on.
Morgan, take over.
Shoot.
Hey. Don't touch.
Okay.
Gunderson at Delta Control. Close the area.
No wonder Rennie didn't want me to come here. Time, ruler of day, stop all motion and make it stay.
Isis. Oh, boy.
Let's join the others.
Isis, we found these boys at Delta Control.
I presume you were here because you wanted to help Mr. Mason.
How'd you know that?
I know a lot more than that, including that you'd be more help if you obeyed the laws instead of breaking them. Right?
Right.
Yes, ma'am. Sorry.
I think they understand.
All right, Isis.
Well, so much for a big investigation.
Yeah. It's lucky we didn't wind up in the joint with Mr. Mason.
Well, like I said before, the spirit was willing.
The spirit. Hey, that's it. That bottle I found in the lab. It was spirit gum. Well, you know, it was the stuff that you use for gluing on disguises, like beards.
And phony mustaches.
Right on!
Did you want to see me, Miss Thomas?
Yes, Rennie. Mr. Mason is going to be released on bail. I'm going to pick him up this afternoon.
Wow, that's terrific.
Of course, he's not out of the clear yet. The police are working on it.
Well, at least he's out.
Now, what are you up to?
To, take some pictures.
Well, you're welcome to use the lab here to develop them if you wish.
No, thanks. Randy made arrangements for me to use the lab at the park. See ya.
All right, bye-bye.
Okay, here's the last of the batch. Any luck yet?
Nothing. Wait a minute. I think I got something. This face familiar?
Hey, that's Mr. Mason.
Not quite.
Wow, we've got to show this to the police.
Here they come.
I told Rennie that you had been released on bail. I'm sure she and the other kids will be over to see you very soon.
That's good. I miss seeing him. Excuse me, Mr. Mason? Yes? We're federal agents. Your friend and you will have to come with us. This is just routine.
Not again.
Wait a minute.
No, wait a minute.
Hey, that's Mr. Mason and Miss Thomas.
Let's get in. Hi.
That guy, he's the one in the picture.
Right. Let's follow him.
So you're the ones who stole it.
What do you want of us?
We'd like a little demonstration of this thing, just to make sure that it works. Now, what do I do to cause a storm here? Don't touch that. Unplug that control box. That's some kind of a power lock. Andrea, get out of here. Let's get out of here.
Hey! Stop! The machine's on fire! Come on, let's go after those guys.
Oh, mighty Isis. Kids, I'm going to need a little help on this one. Tut? Oh, Tut, hear me. Now take to flight. Find Captain Marvel and lead him to the Old River Road. I think I'd better set Rick free first.
Tut. Did Isis send you? Then there's trouble. I'm on my way.
Forget it, it's on fire. Dump it.
Holy moly! They don't see that runaway car. I've got to lift up that van.
Randy, watch out! Captain Marvel.
Forces of gravity come from afar. Double your strength and stop this car. Oh, icy winds, now do conspire to freeze this car and quench the fire. And if you had turned your information over to the police, this wouldn't have happened, and the guilty wouldn't have escaped.
The police need your cooperation, not your competition.
We realize that now, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On the brighter side, though, no one was hurt, and Rick is obviously cleared.
But now we have a bigger problem. Those men got away with the trigger mechanism.
Just how dangerous is that?
More than dangerous. If the setting isn't changed, well, it could change the weather all over the state.
Change the weather how, Rick?
It's a question I can't answer, Captain Marvel.
"O my queen," said the royal sorcerer to Hatshepsut, "with this amulet, you and your descendants are endowed by the goddess Isis with the powers of the animals and the elements. You will soar as the falcon soars, run with the speed of gazelles, and command the elements of sky and earth." 3,000 years later, a young science teacher dug up this lost treasure and found she was heir to the secrets of Isis. And so, unknown to even her closest friends, Rick Mason and Cindy Lee, she became a dual person. Andrea Thomas, teacher.
Almighty Isis.
And Isis, dedicated foe of evil, defender of the weak, champion of truth and justice.
we know how to make lightning and thunder. That is not good enough. I want to control all the weather. Now, I want the plans for the other half of this machine.
Hey, I don't understand, Professor. With your knowledge...
Since you have already designed one of these machines, Professor, we only thought that you...
They bought Rick Mason's design, not mine. And they're going to pay for it. And so will he. Now, I want these plans. I don't care how you get them.
All right. We have a gift for you, Mr. Mason. We always knew you were innocent, but in case you end up in jail again...
Ow! Rick, I want you to know that Feather baked this from his own very special recipe.
Oh.
Voila! A hammer, some pliers, and a saw.
So, where were you when I needed you?
It's another one of those weird storms.
Oh, this weather has me worried.
You mean the device?
They must be experimenting with it. They can't control the weather without the whole machine. But they sure can cause a lot of trouble and damage.
Well, it's up to the police now. See you all later.
Stay out of jail. I will. Hey, thank you.
We still have a stake in this.
Yeah, for sure.
What are we gonna do? I have an idea how we might find those guys. How? We'll make them come to us.
I think it's dead. Why would those dudes come to us?
Because we've got the plans to Operation Weathermaker.
But we don't have the plans.
Yeah, but they don't know that.
Well, we found out where the plans are. Listening?
Word on the street is some kids from Mason's high school has them. They're gonna sell it to the highest bidder.
Find out what they want, set up a meeting. Let me know when you arrange it, but be careful.
Feather, where were you?
All set. I got a meeting with those guys in 30 minutes.
Okay.
In a deserted warehouse.
All right. Rennie, as soon as those guys show up, I'll give you a call on the CB. And then you get on the horn for the police, okay?
Right.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Burglar alarm, this is Lookout. Troops are in position. Stand by.
Roger, Lookout. Ready on this end. Over.
Okay, see you later.
Oh, come here. I want to show you something.
I didn't know you had a CB radio.
Oh, I thought it might come in handy considering everything that's been going on around here lately.
Hello, Lookout?
That was Rennie's voice. Turn back.
Lookout? Hello, Lookout. This is burglar alarm. What's happening out there? Over.
Burglar alarm, this is Lookout. Yeah, we're in front of the warehouse and the troops are moving into position.
Rick, those kids are up to something.
It sure sounds like it.
I wonder where that warehouse is they talked about.
With that strong a signal, they can't be too far.
Right.
Feather, watch it up there. It's a little shaky.
Rennie,
I think something's gone wrong. Looks like the guys are in trouble.
I'm going in after him.
CJ, what is your location?
CJ. Miss Thomas, they're in a warehouse on the corner of Seaward and Marina.
Rennie, stay right where you are. We're on our way.
You guys okay? It's like one big short circuit!
Andrea, wait here.
Mr. Mason! Stay right there.
Oh, mighty Isis.
It's ISIS.
Electric forces spinning round. Return safely to the ground. Oh, iron fence, please let me through. And now, I think you'd all better have a talk with the police. We know your intentions were good, but you still went outside of the law, and that has to stop.
We promise it won't happen again, Miss Thomas.
You know, Miss Thomas, I think there is a way that these kids can be of some help to us. Now, the weather situation is worsening by the minute. Now, perhaps we could wind this whole thing up. If Feather here could arrange another meeting with the suspects.
I think I could do that.
No, Inspector, I don't want you to endanger these students any further.
Well, I wasn't thinking of them. I was thinking of him.
You get the plans?
Maybe something better.
What could that be?
Rick Mason. Word on the street is that he wants to deal with us.
Mason? What could he be up to?
And now, ladies and gentlemen, will one of you kindly step up? A volunteer? How about you, young lady?
I'd be delighted.
And now, if you kindly step up and lay down on the board.
Is it safe?
Perfectly, Rennie. Trust me. Okay. Now, Mr. Mason, would you please remove the brace?
Remove?
Remove? Remove.
Hey, drop everything!
I don't like your choice of words.
Mr. Mason, you got a meeting with those guys in half an hour.
Great. I think.
Don't worry, Mr. Mason. As soon as we contact Inspector Bryce, you'll be in good company.
Yeah, with 100 policemen.
I hope that's enough. Let's go.
Okay.
All right, Sonny, move it and make it quick.
What is this?
I said move it!
Randy! Hey, man! Remember us?
Miss Thomas!
Oh, where's Rick? I just brought his car along.
Me and Roger just took off and left us here.
What?
Mr. Mason had a meeting with those men, and we were on our way to tell the police.
We better notify Inspector Bryce. Let's go.
Where are you taking us?
See an old friend of yours, Mason.
Hey, what's going on up there?
I'm sorry. My brakes are locking once in a while. It won't happen again.
See to it doesn't happen again.
That was Randy's voice.
Up ahead here. Turn right.
You mean here at Simon Park?
Good boy, Randy. That's what we needed to know. I'll make that call.
There's a dirt road coming up. Hang a left.
Their voices are fading.
They must be getting out of range.
We can't lose them now.
Yes, Inspector Bryce, please. Inspector Andrea Thomas here.
Where are we going?
Simon Park?
Well, I thought it best if I notify you. All right, we'll be right out there. Thank you, Inspector. Oh, mighty Isis. This is going to take some teamwork. O mighty winds which blow on high, lift my voice into the sky. Captain Marvel, Captain Marvel, follow my voice. Captain Marvel, follow my voice, Captain Marvel.
That's Isis' voice.
She must need help.
We meet again, Mason. Professor. So you're the one.
Now then, I need the other half of this machine. With your knowledge, we can build it together, gentlemen.
We gotta do something.
Geez, if there was some way we could make them think they were surrounded.
Split and divide.
Split and divide?
Hey.
Oh, you're surrounded. Come on, come on. Randy, I'll get the professor.
Not bad, Ranji. But I think it's time to end this little game. And that, Ranji, is the way I do it. You should be proud of yourselves. You were very brave today, and also law-abiding.
Yes, sir, you make quite a team.
Speaking of teams, you weren't too bad yourselves.
Start the music and the lights. Make sure everything's that's right. Cause we're going through that magic wonderland. Now you see it, now you don't. Some people believe it, some just won't. Cause there's magic, ooh, wherever you are. You gotta believe. You know there's magic in the air. You gotta believe. There's magic everywhere. You gotta believe in the power that it brings. You gotta believe you can do most anything.
I could never understand how the eye could miss your hand. So you better watch as closely as you can.
Now you see it, now you don't. Some people believe and some just won't. Cause there's magic, ooh, wherever you are.
Henry, you should have been there.
You gotta believe.
I mean, 12 ISIS has suddenly appeared.
12 ISISes? Come on, Rick. You don't expect me to believe that.
You gotta believe that you can do most anything. You gotta believe in the magic in the air. You gotta believe there's magic everywhere. You gotta believe in the power that it brings. You gotta believe that you can do most anything.
You gotta believe.